Steven Correño, KOR Sports. We're here with the one and only Jose Benavidez. Man, I told you that night, but just congratulations, brother, on the great victory of David's. Take me into the feel of maybe not the locker room after winning. Yeah, maybe the locker room after winning. Just what is that release of energy like, of happiness?
Man, to be honest, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This is the fight that we've been trying to get for almost 5 years. It was 5 years actually. This was bigger than a Canelo fight because this was more personal in our opinion. Because it's been bad blood for a long time, and big satisfaction. Winning that fight. I knew that we couldn't lose that fight, man. At the end of the day, my respects to Caleb Plant. He came out with his shield. Good warrior, good fighter, and I wish him nothing but the best. And I want to thank him for the opportunity. For fighting us, man. He's a warrior, man, and it was very, very satisfying, getting that victory.
What was David like? Obviously, after he won, and just kind of the release of emotion on David's side, just individually. What was that like?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I said, we've been trying to fight Caleb Plant for almost 5 years, man, and I, to be honest, man, I was just counting every day once we signed the fight, I imagine myself in there across my team, across his team, as a boxing fan. I also wanted to see that fight, It was like, I knew we had a great plan to fight Caleb Plant, and David listened, everything worked to perfection, and we have a lot of things to work on, and David's only 26 years old, and I think he's getting better and better, man.
I was just going to say he's very young, only 26. I mean, the sky's the limit. Obviously, Canelo is the guy, the undisputed guy with all the belts, but he has other plans, right? He wants Bivol next later on this year after Ryder if he were successful.
Yeah, for sure. He already wants whatever he wants. He could do whatever he wants. He's in a good place. He proved so much. But at the end of the day, I think the fans really want to see David Benavidez against the Mexican monster against Canelo Alvarez. That's the fight. Julio Cesar Chavez, Mike Tyson, Barrera, Morales, Floyd, and the list keeps going, man. That's the fight. That's the fight that I think the people deserve, and that's what we should give. We're 100% ready to give the fans what they want. Canelo says that he doesn't think that David Benavidez is that monster that people are saying. I'm happy that he's saying that. If he's not the monster that people are saying, why not beat him and shut everybody out? At the end of the day, he's the pound for pound. He's the best at 168, So, you're going to have this type of challenges all the time, when you're a champion. Everybody's going to want to come and fight you. Young Lions, all these guys were at that position. But time changes, man, I think that he has a lot of miles on his thing. He's deteriorating, He had so many wars. He trains so hard. He's a very disciplined guy. Now he's, 31, 32, somewhere around there. David's only 26 years old, He fought all the veterans fighters, too, to be where he's at. I think it's David's time now. We're going to take everybody out, David's super young. All these guys are in their 30s, 32s, So I think it's our time, It's the Mexican monster's time, and we're going to take advantage of it.
What were your thoughts when Canelo said that, right? I think somebody said that he could knock out a horse or something, and he said, I can knock out everybody, and someone asked David Benavidez, he said, yeah, everybody. He said everyone, like you just said, everyone said Triple G was a monster before, and look what happened. What was kind of your thoughts after?
Well, he was a monster. I think Triple G beat him in the first fight. I think he took the second fight, and the third fight, we can definitely see Triple G is not at that level no more. He's done. He did everything he could. Canelo's younger, so of course you can see the age right there. But like I say, let's prove the people wrong. The only way we're gonna find out is by making that fight. Canelo is the best pound for pound at 168. I think the Mexican monster, it's in his prime. He's the future of boxing. He's the face of boxing, and it's his era. So let's see who's right or who's wrong. Let's make that fight happen. And like I said, if that doesn't happen, we do have other fights coming up. We signed a contract before David fought Caleb Plant. He was in the contract. Caleb Plant, David Morrell, Boo Boo, and Charlo. But we're open to anything. I heard Munguia wants to fight David. That would be a great fight. That, to me, that's more interesting than all these other fights, because he's a Mexican warrior. This fucking guy, he wants to fight everybody. He wanted to fight Triple G when Triple G was at his prime. So to me, I give him a lot of respect for that. They didn't let him, but he was ready to go. He wants to fight Bebo. He wants to fight Benavidez. So he'll fight anybody but the Mexican monster. Let's make it happen. Here, I'm gonna make his dreams come true. If he's watching, I have a lot of respect for him. He's a great fighter. He's young. He's strong, intelligent. So I think that would be a great fight to make. So that's a fight that if Canelo doesn't want to fight or whatever, he's supposed to fight. We fought for the mandatory. If he doesn't fight, they're gonna have to strip him. And I don't think Canelo wants to go out like that. Being stripped with the WBC and maybe the WBO or whatever. Because everybody is putting pressure on him. He has to fight the Mexican monster. So if that doesn't happen, it doesn't worry me. Like I said, we're still learning. As time goes by, David's just going to get more stronger and more seasoned.
I was going to say, David's so young, he's just going to get better and better. So the sooner the better, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at the other potential fights, right? David Morrell, Bubu Andrade, Jamal. Is there any one guy that you I know you mentioned Jaime Munguia, but that's, there's politic issues with that one. Are there anyone that you think?
We'll fight everybody, but at the end of the day, you got to see every time I see Charlo, he's drunk. He hasn't fought for 2 years, bro. So I can't take that guy serious, let's make it happen, I don't know what the deal is, Morrell, I think it's a good fight to make too, Bubu, we're ready to make all these fights happen, man. So at the end of the day, it's not what I want, they have to accept that fight, so we're here, ready for whatever. David's back in training, and he's super focused mentally, physically. He's super strong now, he's super motivated, very disciplined, and we're ready, man. We have something's coming. So we got to be ready, man. At the end of the day, he's in a good position, and he's ready. He's ready to go. So we know that we have to stay focused, disciplined, and ready for whatever comes our way.
Just real quickly, man, how's Rayo doing? I know, Floyd told him that he got cheated. Jim Gray said, that was a bad decision. How's Rayo doing in his
Yeah, in my
state?
mind, I thought he did enough to win. He won that fight. He dropped Colbert in the first round. I was super, what the? I couldn't even believe it, man, and he hurt him a couple of times in the 12th round. Colbert went to his corner, all disorientated and all that. I think we won, man, but at the end of the day, it's not what I think or what I want, Yeah, the commentator said that, he thought he won. Everybody's saying that he won. So, the only thing that can make us happy, is let's run it back, let's have the rematch. He doesn't want to do the rematch, so if he doesn't want to do the rematch, there's a reason for it, because he felt that punch. I guarantee you the second round, next fight, I think Rayo will stop him easier now.
Just looking at Rayo's division, obviously a big fight. Last one I want to get your take on, Gervonta versus Ryan. I believe we've talked about this before, but stylistically, what does Ryan have to do to win, and vice versa? What does Tank have to do?
Man, he just has to connect that hook that he has. He has a very deadly hook, man. He's very fast. He's done it thousands of times, So he's really good at it, and he does have other weapons, but that's the biggest weapon he has. If you get hit with that hook, you're gonna go to sleep, man. So, but at the end of the day, too, I like this fight. Javonte Davis has fought so many people, man. Like going back to fighting Santa Cruz, Santa Cruz was doing really well, and he just fucking dropped him. When he was fighting Rolly, man, Rolly was doing so good, he adjusted and he stopped him. The last fight he looked spectacular, So at the end of the day, I think he's been more active than Ryan. I think Ryan was having a little bit of problems of mental problems or whatever. I think he should have got maybe like a tune-up fight, or at least get a little bit of momentum and then get this fight. But at the end of the day, my opinion, But it's a great fight, man. I can't wait. It's going to be one of the biggest fights, too.
Definitely. Jose, man, just congratulations again, brother. It was a tremendous victory, I know, after a long build-up and everything, man. Congratulations to you and the team.
Thank you.
Yeah.